Game Changer Review. The story of Game Changer revolves around Ramanandan Ram Charan, an angry young man. It traces his journey of transformation into a responsible IAS officer, and the process of convincing his girlfriend he evolves into a dedicated public servant. Later, he takes on a corrupt politician like Bobili Mopi Devi, played by S.J. Surya, who aims to become the CM of the state. The narrative highlights how Ram strives to bring about change in the society. This is the high-level premise of Game Changer. Ram Charan carries the film throughout and portrays multiple looks, though some are a mixed bag with room for improvement. Starting with his appearance as an IAS officer is just about alright. He sports glasses and a lean professional farmer look which is adequate but lacks impact. While there are no major complaints about his performance, both his body language and acting feel just sufficient. The lack of impact is not just due to his performance but also stems from the way his character is written. It doesn't come across as strong or impactful enough to elevate the story or provide the audience with a sense of excitement. His angry young man look, on the other hand, is visibly impressive. Ramcharan looks cool with his light beard and the styling is excellent. However, the anger management aspects and the character's presentation are fairly ordinary. There is nothing particular new or distinctive about the characterization, making it feel ordinary despite his good appearance. As for his emotional character, Aparna, the writing is decent and Ramcharan delivers a nice performance. On the whole, the performance and the character design complement each other well. Although the segment lasts only for about 20 minutes, it is satisfactory in terms of both acting and writing. Overall, Ramcharan's performance in this film won't rank among his best, but it isn't disappointing either. He puts in a good effort, particularly in Aparna role and the dance sequences. However, due to the average quality of the songs by Taman, the dances do not leave a memorable impression. While his effort is evident, the material doesn't fully capitalize on his capabilities. Kaira Advani plays the female lead and looks stunning in every scene. Her styling and appearance add a significant dose of glamour on the screen, making her presence visually appealing. However, in terms of her character, there isn't much emotional depth or substance. Her love track with Charan is extremely routine and lacks moments that would leave an impact on the audience after leaving the theatre. S.J. Surya plays the main villain, a deeply corrupt politician in Game Changer. However, Shankar falls short in providing strong writing or presentation in his character. Despite this, S.J. Surya delivers his best performance with his energy and screen presence, adding significant value to the film. Even with the routine scenes and proceedings, he manages to leave an impact as an actor. Game Changer is directed by Shankar, known for his signature style in Indian cinema, particularly in political dramas. This time he returns with a predictable and straightforward story in his comfort zone. However, the script desperately needs refreshing to make it both engaging and convincing. Given that he is working with a political subject, it falls short as real-life politics are far more entertaining and complex. A basic and straightforward political narrative simply isn't enough, and thus where Shankar falters with Game Changer. The plot itself is quite simple and mundane. The film begins with Srikanth kicking off the story in an intriguing and intense political setting. However, what follows is predictable template, a hero introduction fight, a hero introduction song, and a family scene. This formulaic opening raises early doubts about whether Shankar is genuinely attempting to deliver a strong political drama. To freshen up the narrative, Shankar decided to present Ramcharan in multiple age groups and different looks. However, once again he fails to bring a fresh touch or perspective to the story. Take for example the younger Ramcharan. He looks great, but that's the only positive aspect. The love track is completely routine and outdated. It's strange that he chose to make the character short-tempered and struggling with anger issues. Watching this, one immediately recalls characters like Arjun Reddy. It is practically impossible to match or create the same intensity using anger angle unless the ideas are really fresh. Forget about matching the best anger roles performed by others. What Shankar misses terribly is a lack of real freshness in the character and the love track. It feels utterly routine and outdated. One would expect a Shankar marked political setup, but while he attempts something, he pulled the political environment within the party and conflicts are very basic. There is nothing strong enough to drive the story towards an emotional high. What we get is greedy, power hungry politician Surya who is loud, but beyond that, it's unclear what makes Shankar believe that this political drama will be a big success. Forget about the overall story, even the scenes that should create a strong impact fail to do so. For example, when Anjali takes the stage for a confrontation scene with the chief minister, Ramcharan slaps the minister in front of a massive political crowd. However, the scene feels incredibly dull and lackluster. This highlights how Shankar has lost his touch with political subjects. The political drama lacks depth and the writing is as ordinary as it gets. The interval, despite being illogical, especially the sudden announcement of a chief minister, does create interest for the second half. How overall presence of a star like Ramcharan along with energetic S.J. Surya helps the first half watchable. Despite unimpressive writing and drama, the first half remains a possible watch. The second half begins with emotional Aparna character. Although it's not entirely a refreshing look, there is a sincere effort to bring an emotional angle and it works to 20-minute Aparna. It works to some extent due to decent performances from Ramcharan and the intent behind it. The 20-minute Aparna block adds value to the film. However, once the flashback is over, the plot becomes utterly predictable and with routine ideas, such as the IAS suddenly turning into the election commissioner to counter S.J. Surya's character. Shankar introduces ideas like 2000 IAS officers writing letters to revoke Ramcharan's suspension. This kind of writing seems more fitting for a junior writer, not a vintage director like Shankar, who is known for memorable political dramas. There are relatable scenes like the impact of vote buying and how people ruin their lives by accepting cash for votes. But the real issue is how Ram confronts and tries to stop S.J. Surya. The tit-for-tat techniques used by the lead character are utterly ordinary. For example, a powerful CM candidate facing trouble over minor government expenses and hero issuing fines. These ideas are so basic they are almost laughable and they don't work with a political narrative these days. One example of this is when Ramcharan sits with a group of villagers and suggests that ask for 20,000 instead of 5,000 per vote to counter S.J. Surya. These kinds of simplistic ideas used to show the lead's character's strategy against S.J. Surya demonstrate the weak writing quality. As the second half progresses, the film becomes more routine and unconvincing. The root of the problem lies in the lack of quality writing. The ideas Shankar relies on are too basic and the presentation lacks a high energetic action sequence that could bring excitement. Overall, Game Changer is far from being a game changer for Shankar. It pales in comparison to his past political and social subjects, and the outcome is nowhere near his best work. While it's not fair to compare this to his earlier successful social dramas, if you are looking for a strictly possible watch for the festive season, go ahead but keep your expectations in check. Game Changer features a boatload of supporting cast members, though only a few play key roles in the story. Among them, Anjali delivers a decent performance despite a brief role. Her makeup becomes a surprise, and for the age-specific role she plays, she does what is required. However, senior actor Jairam, along with S.J. Surya, is completely wasted. Despite being immensely talented, Jairam is relegated to an odd comic role that lacks any real impact. Others like Samudrakani and Naveen Chandra are just adequate in their brief appearances. Venal Kishore's appearance in a single block feels cringeworthy, while Sunil has a longer role. Though his comedy isn't particularly entertaining, it's not overly bothersome either. Srikanth surprises with his role, delivers good performance supported by impressive makeup and well-utilized screen time. The film also features numerous other supporting actors including Brahmanandam Raghubabu, Priyadarshi, comedian Satya, Vaiva Harsha, Sudarshan and 30 Years Prithvi. Unfortunately, most of them have underwhelming roles with little significance to the story, leaving their presence in the film feeling unnecessary. Taman, who disappointed with his audio for the Game Changer, compensates with his background score. The songs for a pan-India film like Game Changer are outright underwhelming. Not a single track works at this level it needs to, either audio-wise or visually. Even though Shankar attempts to add grandeur, the songs fail to stand out or make any significant impact on the film. However, Saman's background score is more than decent throughout the movie and significantly enhances the overall experience. The cinematography of Thiru is good, but it doesn't reach the level of Shankar's usual political dramas, which are known for their unique camera angles and distinct presentation. Especially in political and social subjects we have seen, that signature Shankar touch is missing there. Nevertheless, Thiru's work is solid and the film looks visually appealing. Shamir Mohammed and Anthony Robbins are credited with the movie setting. They have done a good job in keeping the narrative racy. The cuts are rather sharp and there is not much lag, even though so much is happening and feels over the top. It's also a minus in that emotions hardly register simultaneously due to the pure praise. Production-wise, Dilraju Sri Venkateshwara Creations banner supports Shankar's vision. The production values align well with the scale and background of the film, leaving nothing to complain.